I'm Tracy Bliss. I'm a retired professor who spends full time now writing about Santa Cruz County history, especially the role of women in the environment. And this particular book was 10 years in the making. When I was a young child, it was always a Sunday afternoon family ritual to go to Big Basin, have a picnic. And so I think I was about 9 or 10, and it was my great aunt, Jenny Bliss Jeter's 98th birthday at Big Basin. And she wanted to take that opportunity she wanted to teach us how to feed the deer properly. And back in the late 50s and 60s, for all of us kids around the Bay Area, feeding the deer at Big Basin was huge. We loved it. She wanted to tell us the story of how Big Basin got saved. And I couldn't remember any of the details later in life, but I did remember her emphasizing so much that women throughout California were instrumental to saving the park. And years later, when I would go to Big Basin and I would look at all the literature, women weren't even mentioned. It was really a very limited story. It was sort of the one great man story. And it always perplexed me why there was this disconnect between what she said. I don't want to say a change as much as I want to say an expansion. I would hope that both of the parks, Big Basin and Henry Cowell in the future, and I can certainly see Mountain Parks Foundation playing a very important role in this, are work with the public. What we do as docents, what we do as interpreters, have a continuous presence of the indigenous people from this whole surrounding area. 3 of the areas in my book go very much in depth about the indigenous people in the Santa Cruz Mountain Redwoods. And I think their story really needs to be a part of our interpretation. It needs to be a part of how we connect with the public authentically and historically accurately. They were stewards of the land for thousands of years before the Save the Big Basin movement ever started. August of 2020, when we had the terrible CZU fire that consumed 97% of the park, my book was due to the publisher in 8 weeks. I was just putting on the final touches. And I knew at that moment that I would have to write a completely different extension so I can write an epilogue and capture what this has been like for the people who are right on the front line. Amazing stories of heroism and loss and people's continued resilient commitment to Big Basin. The book is available locally. We always try, those of us who are involved in history in Santa Cruz County, we urge people to buy locally. And if you buy this at the Nature Store from the Mountain Parks Foundation, all of the proceeds go to support educational programs for the 2 parks.